Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Titch and you're watching Titch Vision, and today I'm going to be reviewing the second episode of The Bad Batch, Cut and Run. And before I start, I did a review of the first episode as well, and if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. So, the first episode I thought was really good. We got to know about the Bad Batch a little bit more, we got to meet Omega, we saw some familiar faces there as well, which is pretty good, and we were dropped slap dab in the middle of Order 66. Great stuff. So, shall we get into episode 2? I think we should. Let's go. The Bad Batch and Omega head for Selekami after escaping Kamino, leaving Crosshair behind after he was installed with an inhibitor chip. They meet up with Cut, who is a deserter during the Clone Wars. Since Selekami has a bigger military presence, Cut wants to get himself and his family off planet, so the Batch help him out in getting their hands on some chain codes. A bit of a gear change after the first episode, but since the first episode was about 70 minutes long, it doesn't really bother me that much. Even though it's been a short amount of time since the Clone Wars ended, the galaxy is starting to feel the effects of the newly formed Empire. I mean, it's not massive, but it doesn't need to be at this point. I think it will slowly intensify as the series goes on. The main focus right now is the characters, and a lot of that focus is on Omega. She has never been off Kamino before and is still trying to find her feet, and her adventurous side does get her into a bit of trouble. And Hunter just wants the best for her, even though he doesn't go about it entirely the right way. I think the character work is still going strong, no dips here in my opinion. Each member of the unit is starting to stand out as an individual now, and that's great. I think my favourite is Tech, with Wrecker coming in close second. I think Tech is way too smart for his own good, and he expects everyone to have caught up with him. A good example of that is when they're talking about the inhibitor chip.
Inhibitor chips. The Kaminoans implanted them in the clones to modify their behavior.
Tech, you said the regs were programmed, but you never mentioned the chip. How else did you think it worked?
Well, duh.
It's good to see Cut again, but it's been a very long time since we last saw him in the Clone Wars. They did kind of run the risk of us forgetting about him, but they did a good job in weaving him in here. Again, hats off to D. Bradley Baker for going the extra mile, taking on the task in making another clone stand out, with Cut being more kind and patient. It just goes to show you how good D. Bradley Baker is as a voice actor. I mean, if he can make a platypus sound good, he can do anything. The episode's climax was kind of predictable. It was all based around a decision that someone had to make, but I saw it coming a mile off. But it wasn't a deal breaker here. I still really enjoyed this episode. Also, those chain codes, the things they use to get off planet, they sound kind of familiar somehow, and I just can't put my finger on where I heard something like that come from. Oh well. Anyway, in my opinion, we've got a solid second episode. They may have pulled the handbrake a little here, but that's not a big problem. Cut is a welcoming addition, even if it's a bit overdue. It's really nice to see Omega experience a different world she's never been to before. And the unit are standing out even more on their own. And even though the episode's ending is easy to predict, it still didn't take away any of the good character work. So yeah, The Bad Batch, Cut and Run is in the bag. So let's see if episode 3 can keep the ball rolling. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Bad Batch, episode 2, Cut and Run. But what do you guys think? Have you seen the episode? What do you think is going to happen next for The Bad Batch? And is Jar Jar dead? I don't want him dead. I'm just curious, that's all. Leave a comment down below and let me in the know. And that's about everything for today, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I've been Titch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and may the Force be with you.